Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. I have no idea. Well, I have a guess that my spidey senses tell me that it's probably a Miguron. We will find out after we shed the exterior packaging. I don't know what the knife is, though, the model. So thank you so much to Miguron, who I assume sent this. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. And please, make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Isn't that nice? Look at this card. This is nice. It's real good. It's real, very balanced. Okay. Let's get this bad boy open. Miguron has so many different boxes. I can't usually I kind of get in a groove of like learning every company's, packaging and kind of assessing from the exterior whether or not it's going to be a premium or a budget knife. But Miguron, they have like a bajillion. They got the Robin's Egg premium, the Robin's Egg budget, and they got these, and then they have different packages yet, beyond that. Okay, so here's the pouch. It doesn't feel huge. It doesn't feel heavy. Let me put this back in there because that's just an awkward thing to have laying out. And, it is something premium feeling anyway. Oh, QC pass. Okay, good. All right. This is pretty fancy. A little bit more, a little bit extra versus what they normally do, which is, you got to be careful when you use this word because it really sauces some underpants. Minimalist is what we usually say, a minimalist aesthetic, or an aesthetic that is lacking in some sort of objective complexity or subjective complexity. However you feel about that is fine. The carbon fiber inlays is what I'm talking about. This obviously still a pretty simple aesthetic here, but it's a little more than what they normally do. Normally, Miguron would just leave this plain or just make it textured. So let's get the blade out. Oh, but I kind of want to use the fuller. Okay, all right. They've done this blade shape before. It's just, they've done that before, but it looks fine. M390. That's great, but it's like I've said in a past video, Miguron, in my opinion, should drastically increase the hardness on their M390 blades, right? And as of a certain, you guys are seeing this like 2 weeks after I actually record it, right? But just yesterday, in my time, which have been 2 weeks and 1 day ago, Laren Thomas and Zach did that video where they talk about the most important elements of a blade. And I know what this is going to do. It's going to throw everybody for a loop. What he said is the most important element beyond blade composition and beyond hardness is blade geometry. And a lot of people are going to take that and go, okay, super steels don't matter anymore, neither does heat treat. It's just blade geometry. So all super steels they don't mean anything. No. Laren Thomas went on to say almost immediately after that, obviously, you want to optimize all three, meaning that all three are important, but the most important of the three is geometry, which I actually, it makes sense that geometry within a certain range is important. I would not have guessed that it was the most important element, right? But, so my point is that it is still absolutely appropriate to point out when a heat treat is too low, if your opinion is that it is too low. And my opinion is that what Miguron does with M390 is not acceptable in my book. It's just too low. So that's great that they're using M390, right? And as far as geometry goes, we have a relatively thin final cutting apex, right? At least in my book. This looks like it's probably 125 to 130 thousandths max. The detent is pretty lean on this guy. It's about medium. The flipper tab is almost too low profile. It's almost like you have to light switch it, and you don't have a lot of access to it. It looks good. The action's decent, right? It's about what I'd expect. The nicest thing about these knives is that they are incredibly inexpensive versus the competition, right? But even the competition is hitting M390/20CV. But if you didn't know, M390 is made by Bowler. It has an almost identical composition to CPM20CV, which is made by Crucible, and CTS204P, which is made by Carpenter. So sometimes when people, they're basically interchangeable. So that's confusing for some people, especially newer people. Whenever people refer to M390 as 20CV or 204P as M390, it's because the compositions are almost identical, save for a slight variation in silicon, I think, something like that. But the competition using either, any of the steels, competition coming in a lot higher, is usually only heat treating the M390 to a slightly higher range. Now that can have a dramatic effect, obviously, on performance, but Miguron does come in very, very inexpensive. I mean, a lot of times you see stuff like this coming in well under $200. I don't know what this is actually priced at in the moment. By the time I have this uploaded, I will have looked at the price. But yeah, it's very simple bead blasted finish. I like the fuller. The titanium is contoured and the inlay work does look good. We have little. Nope, it's fine. It all feels exactly the same all the way around. So I was gonna say it looks a little grouchy, the carbon fiber, right? It looked like maybe we had a little bit of fibers poking up through there, but no, it's just how that particular area looks. It's no different than anything else. Yeah, okay. Backspacer, finish on the titanium looks good. It's just blasted. Weight, let's see. Where's the, there's the scale. I'm going to guess this weighs about 4 ounces, 4 1/4. Nope, I'm changing it. 4 1/2. Nope, I'm stupid. It's 3.84 ounces. Still, I just can't get better at that. 3.84 ounces. Do a couple of size comparisons real quick here. Ritter Hogue, that's definitely the closest in size, so I'm going to guess, yeah, I'm not even going to measure it. This is an 8-inch knife. Spyderco Para 3, there we go. Bug out and pyrite, I think. Let's do that. Benchmade bug out, CJRB pyrite. Alrighty. Guys, that's going to be pretty much it today. Another kind of interesting Miguron. I was really hoping the blade would look a little different. I don't know about you guys, but I do like that they're switching it up a little bit with the handles and doing slightly different things. Still no position for lefties, though. That's kind of a bummer. All right, this knife will eventually get a full comprehensive review, but that's going to be pretty much it for today. Like I said, I'll have it linked right down in the description for you guys. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.